Hello there, my dear friends. Welcome back to Dear Grandma. It warms my heart to have you join me again today. We're going to talk about something truly important: how we can understand and nurture our health as we gracefully journey through our golden years. Over the years, I've learned that our bodies often give us little hints, quiet whispers, if you will, about what our future holds. And sometimes, these whispers can tell us a lot about how long and how well we might live. Isn't that something to ponder? Today, I want to share some of these gentle whispers with you. 7 signs that science tells us can offer clues about our vitality after we turn 70. So, settle in, make yourselves comfortable, and let's explore these together. Sign 1. Our walking pace. A story in every step. Now, let me tell you something, my dear friends. Our walking pace, something we often take for granted, can actually speak volumes about our overall health. Some of the wonderful experts who study aging even call it the 6th vital sign. Think about my dear friend, Eleanor. Eleanor, bless her heart, has always loved her little rose garden. Even now, at 78, you can see her tending to them, walking slowly but steadily, her steps so purposeful as she snips away dead leaves. She tells me those little walks around her garden keep her spirits up. But then I think of my neighbor, Arthur, a lovely man, but after he retired from his work as a librarian, spending his days surrounded by quiet books, he became less active. I noticed his steps grew slower, almost hesitant, like he wasn't quite sure where he was going. He'd get a bit breathless just walking to his mailbox to get his newspaper, something that used to be a simple task for him. You see, a fascinating study published in a well-respected medical journal found that for every little increase in our walking speed, just 0.1 meter per second, the risk of not being with us anymore can decrease by about 12%. Isn't that remarkable? It really shows how connected our movement is to our overall well-being. The experts tell us that walking well requires so many parts of our body to work together. Our heart, our lungs, our muscles, our joints, even our nerves. When we walk with a good, steady pace, it's a sign that all these systems are communicating beautifully. Now, think about your own walking. Do you feel confident and steady, or have you noticed a little slowing down? It's something to be mindful of. Sometimes our knees might complain a bit, but even a gentle stroll can make a difference. The good news is we can often improve our walking pace at any age. Even gentle activity can make a difference. Try a short 10-minute walk each day, maybe around your garden or your neighborhood, and gradually increase the time and distance. Even walking to the corner and back is a good start. Practice standing up from your chair without using your hands. It helps build strength in our legs, which makes walking easier. It might be a little challenging at first, but keep trying. Try walking just a little bit faster than your usual pace for short stretches, like walking to the end of the street and back. It's like giving your body a little wake-up call. If you have the opportunity, perhaps join a gentle walking group or a senior exercise class at your local community center. It's always nice to have company and encouragement. You might even make some new friends. Remember, dear friends, it's not about running a marathon. It's about maintaining a steady, confident pace that helps us stay independent and healthy, allowing us to enjoy our gardens and our walks to the mailbox for many years to come. Sign 2. The strength in our hands. A gentle squeeze says a lot. Now, let's talk about something you might not think about every day: the strength in our hands. That firm handshake when you greet a friend at the market, or even just being able to open a stubborn jar of your favorite jam, tells us more than just good manners. It can give us a little peek into our overall muscle strength and even our heart health. There was a significant study published in a very well-respected medical journal that followed so many people, over 140,000 adults across many countries. They found something truly interesting. The strength of our grip could actually predict the risk of of passing on, even better than blood pressure readings. For every small decrease in grip strength, the risk increased. It makes you think about how much we rely on our hands every single day, from holding a grandchild's hand to preparing our meals. You know, the wonderful doctors who study aging have often told us that our hands have so many small muscles that need to work together. When these muscles are strong, it often means our larger muscles and our nervous system are also doing well. I remember my friends, Beatrice and Clara, both lovely women, around my age. Beatrice, who still loves to knit beautiful scarves for her grandchildren, her nimble fingers working the needles, could still effortlessly open any jar and carry her groceries with ease. Clara, on the other hand, who had always enjoyed playing the piano but had developed a bit of arthritis in her hands, struggled with these everyday tasks. Her grip just wasn't as strong, and she often needed help opening things. Over the next few years, Beatrice remained so active and independent, still knitting and tending her garden, while Clara faced more challenges with her daily activities and needed more help from her family. It really showed how that simple hand strength reflected their overall well-being. But don't worry, my dears, we can work on this, even if our fingers feel a little stiff sometimes. Simple exercises can help strengthen our grip. Squeeze a softball or even a stress ball for a few seconds, maybe 10 times each day. You can even do this while you're watching your favorite program in the evening. There are also these little hand grippers you can find, specifically designed to build strength. They come in different resistances, so you can start gently and gradually increase the challenge. Even simple things like kneading bread dough if you enjoy baking, or playing with modeling clay if you have grandchildren around, can help exercise those hand muscles in a gentle way. If you're able, try carrying light weights around the house as you go about your day, like carrying a can of soup from the cupboard to the counter. Just be careful not to strain yourself. These little actions can help us maintain not just the strength in our hands, but our overall muscle health and independence, making those everyday tasks a little easier and allowing us to continue enjoying our hobbies. Sign 3. Staying steady. The importance of balance. Now, let's talk about staying steady on our feet. Can you stand on one foot for a little while? Maybe while you're waiting for the kettle to boil? It might seem simple, but it tells us a lot about our health. Balance is something that needs our brain, our inner ear, our eyes, and our muscles and joints to all work together. When they do, it not only keeps us from wobbling, but can also be a sign of good health in the years to come. I remember my friend, Dorothy. She was always so graceful, even in her late 70s. She loved gardening, always bending and reaching for her prize-winning tomatoes. Her balance was remarkable. Then there was Helen, a sweet lady who lived down the street, but she had some knee trouble and became less active. I noticed she struggled to stand on one foot even for a moment, often needing to hold onto a chair. A study in a very respected publication found that older adults who couldn't balance on one leg for at least 10 seconds had a higher risk of health issues in the following years compared to those who could. It highlights how important this seemingly small ability is. The experts wisely say that balance testing is like a quick check on how well our body's coordination system is working. It's a good indicator of our overall physical resilience. Sadly, over the next few years, Helen did experience a couple of falls in her home, resulting in some painful injuries, while Dorothy continued to tend her garden and remained independent and active. It showed how that seemingly small difference in balance was connected to their overall well-being and their ability to live life on their own terms. But the good news is, we can improve our balance with practice, even if it feels a bit unsteady at first. Try standing on one foot while you're brushing your teeth in the morning, even if it's just for a few seconds at first. Hold on to the sink if you need to. Practice walking heel to toe, like you're walking on a tightrope. You can do this along a safe hallway, using the wall for support if needed. Gentle yoga or Tai Chi classes designed for seniors can be wonderful for improving balance and coordination. They often have chairs for support. And practicing standing up from a chair without using your hands also helps strengthen those important leg and core muscles that contribute to balance. With a little regular practice, many of us can see a real improvement in our balance, making us feel more confident and secure on our feet. Sign 4. The gift of restful sleep, more than just feeling tired. Sleep. Such a precious thing, isn't it? It's not just about feeling rested. It's when our bodies do so much important maintenance work, like tidying up and recharging for the day ahead. How well we sleep after 70 can really tell us about our health journey ahead. Research from a very informative publication followed older adults for many years and found that those who didn't sleep well had more health challenges than those who had good, restful sleep. During sleep, our bodies repair cells, help our memories stay sharp, and even remove things from our brain that shouldn't be there. It's like a nightly reset for our whole system. The experts wisely note that good sleep isn't a luxury. It's as important as eating well and moving our bodies, especially as we get older. Sometimes, though, a good night's sleep can feel like a distant dream. Think about my friends, Thomas and Robert, both retired teachers around my age. Thomas would usually sleep soundly for about 7 hours each night, waking up feeling refreshed. Robert, though, would spend much longer in bed, often 9 hours or more, but he'd toss and turn, wake up multiple times, and still feel tired during the day. Even though Thomas slept less time, his sleep was more restful and restorative. Over the next few years, Thomas stayed sharp and energetic, enjoying his retirement, while Robert seemed to struggle more with his memory and always felt fatigued, making it harder for him to enjoy his days. It really shows that quality is so important, not just quantity, when it comes to sleep. If sleep isn't as peaceful as it used to be, here are a few things that can help, backed by research. Try to go to bed and wake up around the same time each day, even on weekends. This helps regulate your body's natural sleep-wake cycle. Avoid looking at screens, your television, phone, or tablet for at least an hour before bed. The blue light can interfere with your sleep. Perhaps read a book instead. Make sure your bedroom is cool, dark, and quiet. A comfortable environment can make a big difference. Limit coffee after lunchtime and avoid alcohol close to bedtime. While alcohol might make you feel sleepy initially, it can disrupt your sleep later in the night. Try to get some natural sunlight during the day. This helps regulate your body clock. So many sleep problems aren't just part of getting old. They are things we can often address to feel so much better and have more energy for the things we enjoy. Sign 5. Our appetite and eating habits. Listening to our bodies. Now, let's talk about something we all enjoy, our food. But it's not just what we eat, it's also how much and how regularly that can give us clues about our health as we age. Our appetite can be a little messenger from our body. Research in a very informative journal shows that keeping a good, steady appetite in our later years is linked to better health and living longer. Enjoying our food often means our body is working well and getting the nourishment it needs. The experts who study nutrition for older adults explain that a good appetite usually means many parts of our body are functioning well, from our digestive system to our sense of taste. When our appetite decreases for no clear reason, it can be an early sign that something needs attention. I remember my friends, Virginia and Margaret, both lovely ladies who used to meet for tea and cake every week. Virginia always looked forward to her meals, enjoying 3 balanced meals a day and maybe a little treat in between. Margaret, though, gradually lost interest in food. She'd often skip meals, pick at her lunch, and had little energy to cook proper dinners. Over the next few years, Virginia remained active and well, still enjoying her tea and cake with friends, while Margaret faced more health challenges and seemed to lose some of her zest for life. Her loss of appetite was an early sign that things weren't quite right. If you've noticed changes in your appetite or eating habits, here are a few things to consider. Try eating smaller meals more often if big meals feel overwhelming. Sometimes our tummies can't handle large portions as easily as they used to. Use herbs and spices to add flavor if food tastes bland, which can happen as our sense of taste changes as we age. A little bit of flavor can make all the difference. Make mealtimes social whenever you can. Eating with friends or family can make meals more enjoyable and encourage us to eat better. Make sure you're getting enough protein in your meals. Protein helps us maintain our muscle strength. And it's always a good idea to talk to your doctor if you notice any significant and persistent changes in your appetite. It's important to rule out any underlying issues. Remember, dear friends, eating well isn't just about our weight. It's about giving our bodies the fuel they need to stay strong, energetic, and able to enjoy all the good things life has to offer. Sign 6. Finding our calm. Managing life's stresses. Life has its ups and downs, doesn't it? How we handle those challenges, especially as we get older, can really affect our health. Our body's response to stress can impact everything from our immune system to our heart and even our memory. Research in a very important scientific publication shows that long-lasting stress can actually speed up aging at a cellular level. People who find good ways to manage stress often stay healthier for longer. It's like finding a little inner peace that protects us. The experts who study stress in older adults wisely share that stress isn't just a feeling, it causes real changes in our bodies. Finding healthy ways to cope can make a big difference in our overall well-being. I remember my friends, Patricia and Barbara, both wonderful women who sadly lost their husbands around the same time. Patricia, after her initial sadness, found comfort in a support group, stayed connected with her friends, and even took up painting again, something she had enjoyed in her younger years. Barbara, though, became more isolated and worried a lot about everything. A few years later, Patricia was doing well, her paintings bringing her joy, and she had built new friendships within her group, while Barbara had developed high blood pressure and often felt unwell and anxious. Their different ways of handling stress had clearly impacted their health. No matter our age, we can learn to manage stress better. Try simple, quiet time or gentle breathing exercises for just a few minutes each day. Even 5 minutes of calm can make a difference. Stay connected with supportive friends and family. Talking about our worries can often lighten the load. Focus on what you can control rather than worrying about things you can't. It's about accepting what is and finding solutions for what we can influence. Gentle exercise, like a slow walk or some stretching, can be a wonderful way to release stress and tension. Even keeping a little gratitude journal, writing down things you're thankful for each day, can help shift your focus to the positive aspects of life. Learning to manage stress isn't just about feeling better in our minds. It has real benefits for our bodies, too, helping us stay healthier and more resilient. Sign 7. The warmth of connection, our social ties. And finally, perhaps one of the most important things of all, the warmth of our connections with others. Research has shown time and again that having meaningful relationships doesn't just make our lives nicer, it can actually help us live longer and with more joy. A big study published in a very well-regarded medical journal looked at so many people and found that strong social connections increased their chances of living longer by a significant amount, comparable to quitting smoking and even more than exercise or maintaining a healthy weight. It truly highlights how vital our relationships are. The experts who study how our social lives affect aging wisely say that we are social beings. Connecting with others isn't just pleasant, it's actually important for our health, especially as we age. It's like we're all part of a big tapestry, and each thread supports the others. I think of my neighbors, Howard and Frank, both lovely men who lived next door to each other for years. Howard was always out and about, playing cards with his friends at the community center, visiting his family regularly, and volunteering at the local library, always with a smile and a kind word. Frank, after he retired, mostly stayed to himself. His wife had passed some years before, and he gradually lost touch with his former colleagues. Years later, Howard was still active and enjoying life, sharing stories and laughter with his friends and family, even navigating some health challenges with their support. Frank, sadly, had experienced more health problems and seemed quite lonely, often saying he missed having someone to talk to. It really showed how important those connections are for our overall well-being. No matter where we are now, we can always nurture our social well-being. Try to schedule regular chats with friends and family, even if it's just a phone call to say hello and see how they're doing. Consider volunteering. It gives us a sense of purpose and connects us with others who share our passions. Join groups based on your interests, like book clubs, walking groups, or crafting circles. There's bound to be something that sparks your interest. Use technology like video calls to stay in touch with loved ones who live far away. It's not quite the same as being there, but it's a wonderful way to see their faces and hear their voices. Don't wait for others to reach out. Be the one to make the first move. A simple, "How are you?" can mean the world to someone. Remember, dear friends, it's the quality of our connections that matters most, not just the number of friends we have. A few deep, meaningful relationships can bring so much joy, support, and health to our lives. So, my dear friends, we've explored 7 gentle whispers that can guide us towards a longer and healthier life. Our walking pace, the strength in our hands, our balance, the quality of our sleep, our appetite, how we manage stress, and the warmth of our social connections. Remember, these aren't just things that happen to us. We can often take small, consistent steps to nurture them. Think of these as little signposts on our journey, guiding us towards a brighter and healthier future. Just like my friend Martha, who enjoyed those walks with her grandchildren well into her 80s, and my neighbor Howard, who found so much joy and strength in his friendships, we too can make choices each day that support our well-being, allowing us to savor each precious moment. Here at Dear Grandma, my hope is to help us all live not just longer, but more vibrantly, enjoying each day to the fullest, surrounded by love and connection. If you found this helpful, please do share it with your friends. And if you'd like to join our growing family here, please subscribe to Dear Grandma. Your support means the world. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until our next visit, may you be surrounded by peace, good health, and the love of those around you. Goodbye for now, my dears.